Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the new Joytoy Warhammer 40k, the Imperial Fist 1/18 scale action figure. Here we have the heavy intercessor Rogfried Pertanal. Is that how that's pronounced? Here is the packaging that it comes in. Black and white box. These are for adult collectors, 15 years and older. Here are the top of the box, bottom of the box, side of the box, other side of the box, and in the back of the box we see a large product image of the figure and his accessories, along with 3 smaller ones, front, back, and close-up shot of that pretty intimidating face sculpt. Alright, with that being said, let's take a look at the figure inside the clamshell. And here he is. Due to his massive size, it is more of a longer squared box than we're used to seeing on most of the Joytoy Warhammer figure releases. Okay, here he is. We're out the packaging, and first impressions, man, this guy's a monster. For some reason, he just has a giant presence. Also, man, that head sculpt, man, you and all will meet this guy in a dark alley and have to look up into his eyes, man. You know you're about to get slaughtered. Alright, so let's go and take a look at that head sculpt. Man, that's a very intimidating head. He's got his eyes squinched down. It's a bald character. We have a mask over his mouth and nose, like a respirator or something. It's done in a very nice shade of red. The black trim and the black, I guess we'll call it the vents there in the front. You can turn his head sideways. You can see some of the silver here, tube on the side, cylinder. Yes, you can get it. Yeah, you can get 360 rotation. Even though with the style of this his power armor, you can see the back here done very nicely with the silver throughout over the red. Can we get a full 360? We sure can. That's pretty nice. A lot of paint there, even though it's hidden in the back. And that is one incredible head sculpt. Yeah, that's a big head too. So I think a lot of this upper armor here, they're using the aggressor body, upper body for the aggressor figures that we still haven't taken a look at yet. Here we have the pauldrons. We have the extra armor around the trim of the pauldrons for extra protection. It's done in a flat black. Then we have the painted on Imperial Fist logo right there. Looks pretty nice. The back of him, you see the section for the overall power pack. Those holes are quite large. Here on this side, we have the same type of pauldron with a different symbol there. We do have the standard, like a metallic maroon wings and skull with the black trim, black wash, I should say. We have the black vents on each side. It's pretty cool. Down on the lower body, on the gauntlets, we do have some buttons, the reds and blues. That's like metallic paint. This side is like, it kind of gives you an impression that opens, but it doesn't, unfortunately. So he has this little case done in gunmetal color with the gold skulls inside, spikes on the outside right there. Then we have a knife case that kind of sits down between his, like by his thighs, black and gold. Here's a blade that's removable. Looks incredible sculpt. I love the little blood letter there. That's pretty cool. And we have a little indent there on the bottom of the knife with a black handle. That's pretty wild. Okay, I gotta get the right angle. Oh, if I put it in right, I guess that would help, right? There we go. It fits very nicely. Here on this knee pad, we have this little black and white design. That's pretty much for the front. On the rear of the figure, we do have the pistol case with the grip inside. These are all removable. This large pouch with the cylinder, they're just on a ball peg on this belt. And then you can remove these two or swap them around and put them wherever you want. That's definitely universal. We Get these gunmetal tubes that go from the back of his upper legs to his calf muscles here. And then we have the feet to kind of have that high heel piece that kind of gets an indent up. This guy is a big figure. So we took a look at his overall head sculpt and articulation. You can look down and back, side to side too. His arms are on a ball joint. They rotate like on a soft ratchet. You can feel at the clicks. I think there's actually some butterfly joints in there. So this is apparently the V2 body because you can see the straps. So it's definitely going to hinder the ability to go up. It's literally just that. 360 bicep cut, double joint elbows for the wrist to go around 360, up, down, in and out, in between, all the places you would possibly want. Chest, you can lean back. And you can look down. There's a rotation at the waist, 360. Oh, yeah, see, I popped him off. Alright, I'll have to do that outside the camera. Oh, I think I got it. Not too bad. Splits, not too much because of these. He has these round pieces here, so it kind of prevents from any kind of splits that way. There's some movement there. For the double joint knees, the hose is pretty flexible, but they kind of kick back a little bit. Then the feet, they pivot down, get this side to side, up a little bit, and there's toe articulation up, which is pretty decent. And then that's about it. So he's a nice figure. So there's some other angles if you want to check him out. There's a skull and wings. There's an amazing head sculpt. It's incredible. Pauldron. You can see a little silver at the top here. You can see how that's curved right here. Other pauldron. Knee. Weapons case. Skulls. Wires, tubes, pouches, gun case, silver dot there. I guess some paint there on that side. So he looks very, very nice. There's the bottom of his feet, and then a top angle for his head. We'll definitely do a comparison with his brother Intercessor versus the standard size Intercessor to see what it actually looks like from a normal Imperial Fist Intercessor to a heavy Intercessor. Okay, here we go with this power pack. It is a very thick one. We have the yellow throughout that matches his armor. There's the silver studs. We have the gunmetal vents here on the side. Little cylinder there on both sides. And you can see how that's shaped. There's silver in there is really nice. These are articulated 360 here, rotation. This actually works for once, and it's not too stuck. So this is his pegs you want to be careful with. And see how well this fits. You can see how that's shaped to meet that. You can see no problems there. Okay, that just increases his size and bulk. It's insane. It's huge. Here's this massive weapon that he comes with, and it is absolutely just beautiful. It looks so realistic if this was actually a weapon. We have the silverish gunmetal colors throughout. Like, this is more silver. The gunmetal is pretty much this huge weapons ammunition box here. With the flat black, and then this is more silver than we're used to seeing. A beautiful symbol there. That massive scope. Just draw through the side, draw through the front. Then we have a strap piece here. Our scope, here's the bottom. The side's pretty plain. I think they kind of missed out on that side. Could have put something in there, especially in here. We do have the silver studs though. Stock. There's the rail system with the scope on it. One thing I will say about this, I mean, these are quite large weapons. I'll do a demonstration here when we do comparisons. Show how big this is to a normal 1/18 scale figure. This strap, I'm betting, this is a new piece, obviously, this new gun. They just try to reuse the straps they used for the other figures they previously released. So, see how tight that is. I mean, what are you really going to do with this? I mean, if you can shove that over his pauldron or something, get him to hold it, but it's probably going to be a pain to get off. There's really no space there. They should have remanufactured a new piece of a bigger strap. You can pop this off up here on the top if you want to pull it through there. I'm not going to do it because it's a pain to get back on because it's quite close, but you can take the strap off here, but here is kind of glued in. But yeah, the strap's almost just for aesthetics purposes. I don't really see much use for it because it's so tight, but I'm sure you can find something to do with it. That is a beautiful weapon though. So he is kind of light on the accessories. I mean, he has a lot on this person, but he does have the 4 standard hands, the open, the grip, which is because of the V2 body, these things are stiff as a rock. We do have the 2-finger pointing, giving commands, and then we have the fist. I really wish they start adding 2 fists, the right and the left. So if you actually want to do a display where they're going hand to hand, you could do that. Alright, so let's take a look at him and his other Intercessor partner that came into the new 4 Imperial Fist offerings. So here he is. That's how he compares. So they're about the same height. That's pretty cool. They look fantastic. You're talking gun heavy, man. These guys are brutes. And then let's take a look at a little standard Intercessor. You can see how much of a size and armor and height. I don't know if it's because of the extra pieces on their feet to make them bigger, but they are definitely big and bulkier, and the helmets are definitely got this little head versus the big head there. So that's pretty cool how they compare. So go ahead and bring in an example of how big these guys are. These are 1/18 scale Joytoy Warhammer figures, but here is a vintage Star Wars figure. And then, like I promised, here is an example of the gun next to a 1/18 scale figure. Well, all 1/18 scale figures, but like, you know, not one that's like supposed to be 12 foot tall. You can see it's almost as tall. There's absolutely no way this guy's holding this weapon. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I guess that's all we got for the Imperial Fist today. Final thoughts. I really don't have any issues with the figure. He's a solid piece. It's good plastic. The joints feel good. Cool accessories. If I had to choose something, it'd have to be that strap on the gun. Other than that, I really don't have any complaints. Other than on the good side of the head sculpt's incredible. That's a big head, and he's a big, powerful presence. He's a monster. Everything seems to be tolerance pretty good. Plastic's so good. No loose joints, no loose parts. Highly recommend the figure. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me, and please consider subscribing. It helps the channel out, and want to make my channel grow if we can. Comment down below. Share the video with your fellow collectors and friends, and as always, I will see you in our next review.